Hey everybody, Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Microsoft Surface Power Cover. Priced at $199.99, this cover delivers up to 70% more battery life for your Surface tablet of choice. In terms of weight, you're looking at 18.8 ounces, so this is significantly heavier than the current generation, which is the second gen type cover that it resembles. It's also significantly thicker. You're looking at 9.5 millimeters, so basically double the size roughly. And in terms of weight, really this all comes down to whether or not you actually desire the extra 70% you're going to get out of the battery that's inside of this cover. The other cover options out there are all about portability. The current second gen type cover looks exactly like this one that I'm about to unbox. The only real difference is the weight, thickness, and of course the backlighting. This power cover does not have the backlighting. Nothing really to show here on the back other than compatibility, which, as I mentioned before, is basically universal with all Surface products. So whether you're dealing with the tablet or the Pro version, you're good to go. In terms of who this is going to benefit most, well, again, that really comes down to which user or what type of user you actually are. If you desire the most battery life possible, then clearly this is the product you've been waiting for, because the Surface as well as Surface Pro is all about portability, and here now you have the ability to actually go on the road and not have to worry at least as much about getting to that AC wall outlet. And in terms of the actual type cover, again, exactly the same, the fit and finish, keys, the travel, everything looks exactly the same. You're just missing the backlighting that comes with the second gen. You have all your function keys, everything that was there and is still there, I should say, on the type cover too. But in terms of thickness, it is substantially larger, and that applies to the weight as well. But if, again, you are looking for a clean package that matches and just works and will extend your battery life by 70%, which it'll be interesting to see if that's actually precise, but from everything I've seen so far, it is. You can see Microsoft giving some direction there in terms of how to and not to use this cover with the Pogo charging port. But basically, this literally acts as a second battery. But before I show you this actually docked on Surface, let's see if there's anything else in here. It looks like we've got just the applicable paperwork that generally comes with this stuff, which would be a quick start guide and warranty, I would assume. Some instructions on use. And this will literally show up as a second battery in Windows. This is very similar to what I experienced with the Duo 11 and its external battery. Essentially, it would charge one at a time, so the internal battery on the Surface Pro or Surface tablet will go first, and then this cover will get charged. And then in turn, as it discharges, that is the cover, it'll actually power the tablet's battery. So it'll serve to recharge your tablet while you're on the go, so that if you desire to actually disconnect it from the power cover, you will have as much of a charge as possible. So there is the paperwork out of the way. Let me get the packaging completely out of the way. And I'm going to bring in our Surface Pro, and essentially the Surface Pro gets somewhere between 5-6 hours of battery life depending on usage, and that was decent, but that did leave a lot of users feeling like, well, they wish there was a product like this. And now they have that product. Same exact magnetic connection. You can see it actually did drop there on my first attempt, but yeah, so it won't actually hold, so keep that in mind. It doesn't seem to be as sturdy. That's something you've been warned about right out of the gate. It's not going to hold up the same way that the other type and touch covers do. It will disconnect. So it doesn't have as firm a connection, but it will just as quickly actually pair with the device, and then also act as an actual cover, just as, well, the name implies. You can see substantially thicker here, and now the weight of this entire package is up to 3 pounds, which clearly puts it into the same exact profile or weight class as many laptops, Ultrabooks. But again, in this form factor with a Wacom digitizer, and now with Surface Pro first gen that I'm working with here, we're looking at a bump up to maybe 8 hours, 7 hours. I think that's a reasonable target. It could be closer to 6 to 7, realistically speaking. But with the second gen of Surface, you're really looking at a device that does not need to be plugged in at any point throughout the entire course of a day's real-world use. So that's a very big bump up in terms of capability for what is still a very compact system, even as it has gained some weight here and thickness, as you can see. But it'll be interesting to put this through the paces and really determine whether or not it does yield that 70% promise. But nonetheless, I think the fact that it's just a little bit thicker, it's definitely heavier, but overall giving you that extra battery boost, and all the while the only thing we've really lost out on is the backlighting. I think that this is arguably the best accessory currently available for any Surface tablet, and that's of course alongside the dock that I reviewed in the past. So no question about it, this is the most expensive cover out there, and while many will argue for the price of this cover they could get another device, the fact remains that for those of you that need this sort of power capability on the road, that don't have access to that plug, this is the best solution. And there's no question the fit and finish, just as with every other cover available for the Surface from Microsoft, it's spot on. So this is all about whether or not you really need that extra juice. Of course, I will do some follow-up videos on the power cover, and again, just excited to share it with all of you. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them, and of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.